There are tons of companies working globally. If we dig in to see the most valuable of those, we are not surprised to see Google, Apple, Microsoft, Aramco, and Amazon. But in the long list of these companies, we find another record-breaking company known as Tencent. Now, the question is, what is Tencent? What exactly does Tencent do? This is where it gets interesting yet complicated. Tencent does everything. If we look at the mascot of Tencent, it's a friendly-looking penguin. This penguin has uncountable roots, which are reaching and growing in every other industry with more and more power every day. If we realize it or not, all of us are certainly using services or products that involve Tencent. Tencent is a Chinese company that can almost do everything. China has a population of about 1.412 billion, and according to records, it is stated that almost 1.4 billion are using WeChat. Founder of Tencent. He is known as Pony Ma in English and Ma Huateng in Chinese. His last name means horse, which is why he goes by the name Pony in English as a bit of a joke. So, when it comes to the CEO, the founder of this gigantic and influential corporation is very less likely to be seen. He was an introverted kid who mostly went unnoticed throughout his school years. He doesn't like to be in the spotlight because he believed in a very simple saying, stay silent rather than becoming the talk of the day. For his university thesis, he created a software program that could help to forecast stock price movement. Pony sold this useful software when he was about 22 years old to the same company in which he was working as an internee. He earned 3 times his salary by selling this program. Formation of QQ. Pony was a child with a curious brain. He was always looking for different ways to do a thing, ways which others weren't aware of. So he decided to dive into the endless flowing sea of the internet and explore. Pony found out about a messenger known as ICQ. He noticed that countless people are immersed in this specific app. He decided to create a version of his own. In 1998, he, along with his 3 friends from school, launched their duplicate chat service. As Baidu copied Google, Alibaba copied eBay, Weibo copied Twitter, Tencent decided to copy ICQ. OICQ. They just added an O to the ICQ. At that time, internet service was slow, so it took a lot of time to download a single app. OICQ took this as a precautionary measure and made it a small file. In the start, there weren't many people on the chatting app, so the CEO talked to random people with different accounts. 2 months in, he had 500 downloads. With time, Pony realized that they were going bankrupt. If they didn't find an investor, the company would shut down eventually. He found the concept of venture capital. A known company, IDG, along with another firm, decided to invest in OICQ. They invested $2.5 billion. OICQ was reported by the ICQ company for copying their name, so they had to rename it. The new name was QQ. Now, the major problem Pony was facing was that they weren't making any money because the app was free of cost. They once again copied a popular feature from a Say Club on a Korean website. Avatar Features this was called QQ Show, where people could customize their avatars with clothes and different accessories. This feature worked particularly well. People started to use QQ as a dating app. Soon it crossed 100 million users in China. MSN as an opponent. An opponent entered the battleground. It was a $100 billion corporation, Microsoft. A new chat service was introduced in the Chinese market called MSN. It was run by Microsoft. It appeared to be a serious communication tool. It attracted businesses and students. MSN was much more professional than QQ, but Tencent had an advantage of one thing: their quick decision-making power. Because of MSN's bureaucratic hierarchy, their decision-making power was much slower than QQ, and their decisions had to be signed by American headquarters. Tencent again copied another idea that was suggested to MSN. The idea that their users should be able to receive messages even when they're offline and can check upon them as soon as they're online. MSN ignored the idea and Tencent worked on it, and yet it became so popular. MSN incorporated their MSN chat with MSN Live, which confused the users as they had to follow unnecessary steps to use the messenger. Ultimately, despite having greater and better resources, MSN lost the fight to Tencent. In reality, Microsoft had other huge battles to take care of. Access of CCP. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, had access to WeChat, a platform used by Tencent to control its operations. In 2017, the CCP recognized 11 members as an outstanding party branch within Tencent, all company executives or heads of major business departments. This allows WeChat to influence what people can say in the US, such as the Houston Rockets' controversial tweet in 2019 that led to Tencent denying streaming of Rocket matches. The CCP also has access to the personal information of users using WeChat, scanning private messages for censorship if they contain content that the Chinese government does not want. The Chinese government has even confirmed that deleted chats can be revived, causing fear among users. This allows Tencent to monopolize industries in China and use brutal tactics to remove competitors. Role of Naspers Investment. South African company called Naspers invested $32 million. This investment helped Pony to take things to a higher and crazier level. They expanded in the field of gaming. First, they just partnered with makers of popular games in other countries, bringing their games to the Chinese market and promoting them on their massive QQ user base. After some time, QQ decided to launch their games, which in actual means to launch their version of other popular and already growing games. QQ Speed was inspired by Mario Kart. Putting up money on extra features worked for Tencent as they wanted the games to be free and still earn money, and this strategy made Tencent's revenue rise. Creation of WeChat. In 2010, mobile internet use was beginning to rise in popularity. The use of computers was replaced with mobile phones. Now, this made Pony go insane about the fact that QQ is not walking towards the door of success. Rather than it feels like every door is just shutting in the face. So, Pony decided to get up from this fall even stronger. He said you either wait for someone else to kill you or you do it yourself. They started working on a mobile app. He made every single brain work on different ideas, and in the end, in January 2011, WeChat was launched, even though it had another name in China, Weixin. They installed different features in the app, which made it popular and different from others, adding a feature in which you could record a voice note and turn it into a text message. It was again copied by an app known as TalkBox. It didn't take long for Chinese companies to understand that an offer from Tencent is something they can't refuse. Either lose your company by selling to them or lose it by them copying crushing use. By 2012, WeChat reached over 100 million users. It is known for the fastest social media growth in history. In 2013, WeChat was at 300 million users. Different dating apps were introduced such as Drift Bottle, Friends Nearby, etc. Elon Musk's take on WeChat. In recent years, Elon Musk talked about WeChat. He even tweeted, "Buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the app." But he dropped the idea soon. Tencent motto. A quote from a Tencent employee. When you have a billion-dollar user, the last thing you should be thinking about is how do I tell them a ton of ads? What you should be thinking instead is how you ensure you keep these users happy, so you don't drive them away because you're annoying the hell out of them. A unique fact about Tencent is that they don't spam their users with ads. So, in this video, we summarized a few surprising facts about Tencent. If you found this video informative and inspiring, please consider taking a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.